Hello everybody, we're the Nostalgia Critics. We remember it so you don't have to.
But anyways, in all seriousness, welcome back to another Raunchy review. This time we are actually taking care of X-Men Origins Wolverine. We're gonna try and do all the Wolverine movies eventually, but we're starting with this guy.
The best one. Main characters in this movie are Logan, aka James, aka Wolverine. It's kind of all three. Victor, Deadpool, played by Ryan Reynolds again. There's the one Hobbit guy, maybe. Will.i.am is in this. Striker's in this. Rose is her name?
The love interest? Oh yeah, I don't know her name.
I think it's Rose from what I was reading online. I don't know, I kind of forgot. There's another guy, right? Blob.
The first thing I want to get into is talking about Logan as a kid. Jimmy, they call him Jimmy.
James, Jimmy.
So, this is actually from the comics. So, there was like an origin story for him, and he was like a little Fauntleroy. I don't know, he was like a royalty almost kid back in like the 1800s.
Yeah, it definitely seems like it. Well, I don't know about that, I don't know, because there was like a lot of like clear cheating going on.
Yeah, I'm not really sure the whole aspects. They didn't really go into it too much, so I think the funniest thing is when his claws come out.
It's a little funky. I mean, he was clearly trying to do, like, they were trying to, like, show, like, that's exactly what he does when he grows up and grows them pretty much.
See, I don't know if they were trying to do that or if he was just like, alright, this is supposed to be painful, and that's the reaction he gave. And it's not that I like it because it's bad.
I just read that apparently he gets the name Logan from his gardener from when he was super young. So he changed his name to, like, Edward Logan or something. Logan's his last name. Wait, Thomas Logan.
Thomas Logan.
He changes his name to Thomas Logan. So Logan is his last name apparently.
Hugh Jackman acts his heart out in this movie. As much as he is in a bad movie,
he does a great performance for how bad the movie is. Like, I mean, every time he's doing his Wolverine stuff, it's pretty alright, honestly, besides the claws looking like trash.
Yeah. But I mean, even like, he got buffed out for this movie too, like...
Well, yeah, he does for everyone, though.
I guess.
Like, there's not one where he really wasn't buffed out, besides maybe Logan.
The first X-Men movie is actually, like, that's the one where he's the least buff.
Okay.
So it just grows from that.
Well, yeah, that was the first one he was in, so they didn't, like, really tell him to work your Jackman off.
Also, the old man that shows up, I don't know, like halfway through the movie and dies, or something like that. We'll just call him Logan's Uncle Ben. I thought he was actually, like, really, like, caring, and I do like that one line he does about where he's like...
You know what happens to men who go looking for blood?
What?
They find it.
Yeah, that's an alright part in it, honestly. That's like a decent part of the movie.
I don't know, I don't need to talk about Victor being replaced, do I? From the Halloween actor in the X-Men movie?
Well, yeah, so it's kind of weird because, like, he's not referenced as his brother. Well, I guess he doesn't really remember he's his brother.
Yeah, he doesn't remember, and...
But you think Victor would.
It seems like because Victor didn't get the adamantium or anything like that, he almost, like, kind of beasted out a little bit more than Logan did. That's the only way that I can interpret it in my head, that this is the same character that is also in X-Men.
Right. I think, well, I mean, he's never really called Sabretooth in X-Men Origins, so it could just be a different character.
No, but you are to assume that that's supposed to be Sabretooth. Well, actually, there is a deleted scene in Logan where he talks about Sabretooth and all that, so he does know that he's his brother. I believe he even calls him his brother. I can't remember, so don't quote me on that.
Well, he does get some of his memories back in a later movie.
Well, yeah, see, that's also the thing, is there's so many retcons in this where it's like, it's hard to like pick one timeline, because it's all like, oh, I vaguely remember the last movie. Oh, yeah, he lost his memory in whatever movie that was. Oh, he gets some memories back. But also, it's like a different timeline.
All of the X-Men movies are kind of, they just all have a messy timeline.
They just all kind of exist in a weird realm, yeah.
Yeah, they're just like, well, we can make some more.
No one's stopping us.
Every time Gambit's on screen, I mean, it's just kind of like disappointing that he's not Channing Tatum now.
Well, yeah, I get that, but I mean, this was the first appearance of Gambit in an X-Men movie, so
yeah, but
I feel
they
like
should have went with Channing Tatum. Now
they should have. I don't even know if he was up for the role at the time, but he probably wasn't.
No, he probably wasn't even an option.
To be honest, like, Gambit in this wasn't the worst character.
I think it would have been funny. All of Gambit's powers were just cards. Not like kinetic energy.
It's just throwing cards.
It's just throwing cards. The plot of this movie is, it starts off with Jimmy as a kid. He eventually kills his dad. Jimmy and Victor run off together and they go in a bunch of wars, like every single popular war in America, I would say.
I think.
Past the Revolution.
Would you even like to consider that, like, he even, like, fought with Captain America?
I mean, I guess, are the timelines merged?
It doesn't matter at this point. I was just posing a question.
Well, yeah, I guess he could have. Victor ends up going war crazy, kills a bunch of people that he wasn't supposed to.
The intro to this, where they're going through war, would have been a way better movie.
Yeah, just them going through a bunch of wars. I mean, it could still be done realistically.
It still could be done, but, like, I think that would have been, like, a perfect origin movie of, like, him being like, oh, going through these wars and then seeing his brother fall into madness. The way they did it made it feel like it wasn't, like, there wasn't any war happening anymore. Where I think if they would have put war, like, it was at, like, the forefront of it, I think it would have made it way more interesting.
Anyways, so to continue with the plot, they eventually go through this shooting range and they get shot a whole bunch for, like, a lot of hours. And then Stryker comes in and he's like, I want you guys to join my team, pretty much. So they join the team with Will.i.am, and oh, there's the Asian guy too.
With the wire work, he can jump like a million feet in the air.
He can jump very good. He's good with guns and jumping. I think that's his quirk.
I don't know what is his quirk. Yeah, I really don't know. Like, is it precision? I don't know.
Wolverine leaves Stryker's team because Victor's getting too crazy, pretty much. He lives his life with Rose. Stryker comes in, and he's like, someone's going crazy. And then Victor kills his girlfriend. He goes to kill Victor. Victor beats his ass. Which is like, why? Honestly? Like, why does that happen? He gets beat up in the hospital. And he's like, there's nothing wrong with this guy. Stryker comes in again and he's like, I'm going for blood. He gets the adamantium and then he runs around naked for a long time. He meets Uncle Ben and Aunt May, and they have a huge farmstead at this point. This is before they were asked to move to New York and take care of their nephew.
So they didn't die in the explosion?
No, they survived the explosion. They
survived the explosion and the deadly gunshot wounds to their chest.
No, they survived all of that. So Wolverine blows up a helicopter and takes the bike and jacket. And he's like, this is mine now.
Oh, yeah, it's the origin. Because it's the origin movie, you gotta have the origin for the jacket.
Yeah, the jacket's in it now. So I think he goes to meet Will.i.am and Blob. You know, they find out about the island. He meets non-Channing Tatum. They have a fight with Sabretooth and, you know, Channing Tatum's not in it. Then, not Channing Tatum takes him to the island and he skips across the water a little bit, which is just fucking hilarious. Goes there, finds out she's still alive. Whoa.
Like we all didn't see it coming.
And then, you know, they go and, like, free a bunch of guys, and then Deadpool is revealed to Wolverine. Well, Deadpool's kind of revealed already.
Yeah, Deadpool's in this movie.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool is in this movie. The best iteration, probably.
So this is the best Deadpool and Wolverine movie.
I could agree. So, like, he's the final villain. Sabretooth and Wolverine take him out. Stryker shoots Wolverine, he loses his memory. You know, they never talk about Sabretooth being his brother again.
Oh, yeah. Freaking Xavier shows up.
Oh, yeah, and then they ran to him very, very terribly.
Why the hell did they make Deadpool like this?
They chose a very terrible version of Deadpool.
Why did they make him bald? See, I get why, like, he has the powers he does, why he has the swords, why he can teleport.
The swords make sense.
I don't know what the lasers... But they really
don't, because how does he bend his arms?
They curl up. You know, like they curl up in his arms.
I think that makes sense, though.
I find it funny that they're like, yeah, we wanted to pay homage to Deadpool by giving him the black diamond eyes when he shoots lasers.
Right. Like, this is Deadpool, guys. Believe me.
Like, I mean, the story of this isn't that bad, to be honest.
No, I thought the story was decent.
It's just how they executed it in making this movie just didn't work.
Yeah, the visual effects were terrible, which emphasized every other aspect of this being terrible.
I'm pretty sure one of the reasons why this movie is as bad as it is, mainly because, like, the script, I believe they were, like, rewriting it as they made the movie. That also means that, like, some of your visual effects aren't gonna come out as clean and stuff like that, and I feel like that's a real big reason of why the CGI in this movie is as bad as it is. Like, this movie was also leaked online early, and everyone saw the bad VFX, and I don't know if, like, they upgraded it after that. So, like, it was like one of the final cuts of the movie.
Or I thought that they actually had real claws in the movie and replaced them with CGI ones, which is just silly.
The scene where they actually want to show off the claws and he's right in front of the mirror.
It's terrible.
It's so bad. Is he really
Like,
just
the rest
touching
of
air?
them, they kind of get away with because it's all like quick stuff and moving a lot.
I think the bone claws look pretty solid.
The bone claws were alright. The one guy who jumps a lot, the accurate guy with the guns, he shoots the fuck out of both of them, and then he's
Weapon X is in the barn. He's just murdered 2 civilians.
jumps into helicopter like a badass too.
Another thing, I think it's the funniest thing hearing Hugh Jackman say "cuckoo cachoo."
Cuckoo, Cachoo got screwed.
So when Logan finds out that his love interest isn't dead anymore, we're watching it with subtitles, and he just, like, gets on the ground and it says, low grunt. He makes the weirdest sound ever.
Yeah, he just looks sick. Which, I mean, that's a valid reaction.
Sawyer, are you ready for some Wolverine fucking facts?
This is just Wolverine facts? Or Origins facts?
Yes.
Okay.
The blob suit went through 6 months of modifications before they actually got it working in a way where the actor can be cool inside of the costume.
Yeah, where he wouldn't die.
Yeah, where he just wouldn't die. Although there is a link in the comics between Logan and Sabretooth, they are not actually brothers, and this is the only interpretation of that. The scene where Wolverine gets infused with adamantium, Hugh Jackman spent 2 days underwater filming that scene.
It was pretty bad. Could have been worse. Like, I come back to this. I always thought that the acting in it was really good. The story of it was a good story, but it could have been executed a lot better. And there's just no Channing Tatum in it. So for that, I would have to give it...
I agree a lot with what Sawyer is saying here, and I do kind of wish this movie, in some regards, could be better, because the only person I do actually see in the role for Wolverine is Hugh Jackman, so this being the origin movie of that Wolverine is...
It would have been a lot better if it was executed better.
Yeah, I just kind of wish it was just executed a little bit better. What would you rate this movie?
Like, out of 5 schmeckles, I would give it a 2.5.
I would agree. Yeah, 2.5. So that'll do it for this raunchy review. What did you guys think of this movie in the comments down below? And leave anything else you want to leave down there. Remember to leave a like on this video, and remember to hit that subscribe button, because the subscribe button's going to be waiting for everyone. Deuces, y'all.
Do everything after I said no clue again, because I farted.
No clue.
Okay, what did I say after that?
Well, how is this going to work then, Sawyer?
Oh, it stinks.